Paul, you were out on patrol in Basra city yesterday. What was the feeling you got from mixing with the locals? Are they? Is the atmosphere friendly? What's it like?
It's very friendly on the streets at the moment in Basra, in the area that I saw on patrol. We were out there for about an hour. The joint forces, both Iraqi soldiers and British soldiers, and everybody wanted to come and say hello. Lots of kids running over, shaking our hands, kind of asking us what our names were, talking football. Also, they couldn't speak very much English, so they tell us everything they possibly could about football, Barcelona, Manchester United, Real Madrid, that type of thing. The atmosphere down there is very friendly. Although, at the same time, do have to say that we were briefed before we went out on patrol that there are still threats of improvised explosive devices to me and you, roadside bombs, and there's still a slight threat of kidnapping in the city.
It sounds as if you felt fairly safe.
Yeah, I felt very safe out there. Before you go out and while you're here, you kind of touch wood when you say something like that. You're feeling safe. You don't want to bring on the inevitable. But, yeah, did feel safe. People out there weren't threatening. They were all very inquisitive, wanted to know about us and what was going on. A lot of smiling, happy faces. But at the same time, it's a very poor area. Lots of Basra is very poor. We walked past some areas where children were playing in very close to open sewers. The stench was horrid. So the city is coming out of war. You can tell it's coming out of war. It's starting to be reconstructed, but it's still in the very early stages of that.
What's the general scene like?
Yeah, there's lots of areas where things have obviously been destroyed from earlier on in the conflict. There's lots of rubble around. The buildings are battered and bruised. The roads are in good condition, very busy. There's lots of buses on the roads, there's lots of cars on the roads, and things are moving quickly along there. And there's lots of checkpoints as well to make sure that nothing that shouldn't be in the city is in the city. So it's the picture really is of a place that's developing slowly but surely, but there's still lots of signs of the conflict that's been going on here for 6 years.
You flew over the city. What's it look like from above?
It looks very different, obviously, from a Western city. We're in the Arab world over here, so it's all very low-rise buildings. It does look battered and bruised in places. There are buildings that have fallen apart, that have been, destroyed. But there's also areas that are being developed very quickly down on parts of the Shatt al Arab River, which is the main river running through the city. People are now sitting out on the banks of the river, enjoying having a drink. Children are playing, women are out there freely getting on with their day-to-day lives. These are the sort of changes that you wouldn't have been able to have seen 6 years ago when Saddam Hussein was in control of the city. People were just too scared to do these things then. Now the Brits and Americans, to a certain degree, have come in and taken control of the city, given the city back to the Iraqis, the Iraqi police and the Iraqi army. People are starting to be leaders, and there's a real democracy starting to flourish here.